Hey everyone, we're just discussing in the Discord a video that's come out from a very good trader saying that basically it's over and it's a bear market and all that kind of stuff. So I thought I might have a look at Sol and just see, are there any obvious lines on the higher time frame or anything that could kind of give us an idea about it. So here goes. So what we've got here is our weekly chart. First thing we're going to identify is our oldest break level. So it's all the way back here. Uh, where was that? 2021, right? So top of the last bear market. So coming across here, we're going to see that it rejected once, became an origin at this point, and then this is the dump that we got from the origin level, and so it's come all the way down here. So now what we want to do is we want to find out, like, why did it stop there? So is there another weekly origin level or something that gave it support? So if we come back here, what do we got? Okay, well, yep, we do. We have a weekly range, got hit, became an origin, got hit again, gave a rejection, got hard close to support, and supported the price right through into here. So now, broadly speaking, this is the range that Sol exists in. So let's look forward and just see, do we have anything else in here? So coming forward, we've got a break level here. Okay, so what happened with that one? It got hit, price went over it. Okay, so that's not an origin. Oh wait, did we look at this one? Let's have a look at this. Ah, break level, got hit, rejected, came back up. In fact, I think that might have got, oh yes, so it got hit and rejected, then got hit, created the dump, which went to that origin, so that's good. That's all structurally the way a chart should look, because they're not pre-planned or anything. And then it's come back up here, it's hard closed it, come back, swept it, punched through to the blow off top. Cool, okay, so now we know this is quite an important level as well. So this is also a 2021 level. So if we close the week over 204.636, then we are still in weekly support. In fact, we're actually back into weekly support. And the target for that level would just be to come back up to this level, unless there's something else. So let's just have a look through. What do we got in here? Well, there's a range. Okay. It's pretty dirty because it's gone all the way through it and come back down. Got a candle above it, so it's not a very clean origin level, and it's got that silly little doji in there. So let's maybe ignore that one. Okay. What about that level? Okay, so hypothetically, if that doji been an indecision candle, if there was one more little voting order in there that kind of implies that it's part of this range, then maybe this 256914 becomes a bit of a game changer, because that would be a level the same as all these other levels in the past that gives a huge rejection, unless it gets closed over. And of course, a close over the 253.428 level would also lead to all-time highs, because it's no different than when we closed over these levels down here. They become support. So there's some important levels up there, but it doesn't mean that it's game over. And the other one, which would be this level, and like I said, it's very, very dirty level, this one, because it's got these candles above it, but they're not accumulation candles. So, and we're working on the assumption in this instance that that is an accumulation doji. We did go through it there, and typically origin levels are very precise. So if you look at the rejection of the 253.248, the price actually went to, if you look at the top quarter of the screen there, the price went to 253.429. So we're talking levels that, once they're created, that they can be worked through on the creation of them, but on the retest of them, they tend to be very accurate. So that was definitely the case with that top one, but this has come through it, so I don't know. But then what else we got going on? And if that was the case, that would have been the creation. This would have been the activation. This is probably only a couple things to watch out for. Do we close the week over 204.636, in which case we have origin level support? Maybe something in this 237.5, or maybe this 256.914 could be, high time frame problematic. And then if we did dip down based off the rejection of this origin level, we should have actually landed on another origin level. And I suppose arguably, as long as the candle pulls up by the end of the day, end of the week, then it was the 204.636 level, and it just dived it to grab liquidity. So this could be the support. Now, if it wasn't that, then it would be this. So here we go. Range. Did we get a touch there? No, so this is the touch. And then this one just blasted through, and then this was support to push to that one. So you can see vaguely the hard close, the retest. Maybe the level's not quite perfect. There could be something else. I mean, this candle got within, what is that? 188.444. So for a weekly candle, that's pretty close to 188.786. This definitely did the creation, but yeah, but it probably is that one, unless there's something older. No, nothing back there on this time frame anyway. Okay, so those are pretty much our key levels. If we were to have a little quick dump before the close of the week, it would probably be to that 188.786 level, because that would be the justifiable target of the 253.428 origin level. They could also play a little game where they bounce from here to here to here, back to there, but basically this is your range. And as spooky as it sounds, you look at the sort of symmetry between here and here and here and here. I think overall what's happening is we're compressing into this area on the weekly, and we're going to either come out over the top of this, or maybe even up over the top of this, or we're going to end up under this, in which case we're going to have to go to this. If we end up under that, well, let's put that in another video, but it's probably not going to be pretty. Let's just say that it's going to be, maybe we won't put that in another video. Let's see. Where we go? We've got that one. That was, yep. So that's one. And that's our 179. So we've actually got plenty of really good high time frame support, but the rejection from where we are rejecting, as long as we get back up over that 204.636 by the end of the week, we're good. And that means we're not in a bear market for Sol anyway at this point. The only other thing to look at would probably be our trends. Just see if we've got, are we going to lose our trend on the weekly? We're probably going to lose our interior trend, just up there. So that gives us another number. So for the end of this week, take a screenshot of this, chart it up on your own charts. All we want to be, it's probably a faster way of doing this, eh? All we want to be is up over this trend and up over this 204.636. And if we do that, we're still maintaining a weekly uptrend, and we're still maintaining weekly origin levels, and we can expect to try and go up and break things to the upside. And also, it would be really, really justified if they did wick back down to this 188.786, because that's sort of the outer bounds of the box, and this is not the outer bound of the box. So, getting a move down to this, yeah, even the weekly trend could happen still. And if that did happen, as long as we're back up and inside this area before the end of the week, we're still good. All they're doing is taking the liquidity and they're moving up and they're performing the major correction based on the retouch of the 253.428. So yeah, silly little lines, that's what they tell us. Hope you enjoyed that one. Cheers, bye.